show that talks about Tulsa. People make a difference in the Tulsa community. Special guests, interviews, spotlighting local businesses to cover important issues within the community no one else is talking about. The hot topics and more. Ladies and gentlemen, this is World One Development News You Can Use with your host, Mr. Charles Harper and Damali Wilson.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to World One Development's News You Can Use. We want to thank everyone for either listening on the radio, watching us on Facebook Live, and on www.kbob899.com, or tuning in to any of the News You Can Use media networks, which are powered by World One Development. We really appreciate it. I am your hostess with the mostest, Miss Damali Wilson.
And I'm Charles Harper. It's Wednesday, a.k.a. Hump Day, September 25th, 2024. And we are live every Wednesday at 1 p.m. right here on KBOB 89.9 FM and simulcast on the News You Can Use media network, powered by World One Development. We are set for an exciting show, you guys. You better call Mom and them and tell them you can dial in at 918-856-3873 or post your comments on our Facebook Live feed at World One Development.
So on today's show, we're starting a 4-part series, which is going to take place on the last Wednesday of the month through the end of the year. We're going to be talking about DNA versus gifts and talents and linking who we are to where we came from. So we're going to talk about it.
I love it. Yep. We'll also discuss finding out your superpower. What are we losing by being disconnected from our DNA?
And of course, our Hump Day hot topics, which are the presidential campaign update and T.I. and Tony Harris win big. Find out how, birthdays, and more.
This is News You Can Use right here on KBOB 89.9 FM and simulcast on the News You Can Use media network, powered by World One Development. You better put on your seatbelt for this one. We'll be right back, y'all.
EduRec is a youth and family fun center located at 5424 North Madison Avenue in Tulsa, Oklahoma. At EduRec, we offer a host of activities for children and families of the Tulsa community at little to no cost. To find out about the many programs, activities, and services offered at EduRec, please visit our website, www.edurectulsa.com, or just give us a call at 918-430-3947.
Fitting Back In is a reintegration program designed to help those released from prison to fit back into the community as productive, valuable members of society. They help schedule various classes such as anger management, substance abuse, and mental health. They also work with different programs in the community to provide job training. If you or someone you know needs help with resources in career development, employment, or housing, to find out more information, call 918-592-3500 or stop by 2121 North Harvard Avenue, Monday through Thursday from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m.
The 36th Street North Event Center is a full-scale event center where we share the experiences of the community. At the event center, you can rent space for weddings, birthday parties, receptions, concerts, Greek events, quinceañeras, and much more. We also do custom decor, linen, and centerpieces. We're located at 1125 East 36th Street North. To book your next special event, business gathering, or community event, call us at 918-200-9046.
This is News You Can Use right here on KBOB 89.9 FM and simulcast on the News You Can Use media network, powered by World One Development.
And we are back. So News You Can Use is all about shedding some light on the positive happenings in our community. There are many great businesses, programs, and events occurring in our neighborhood, and we felt the community needed to hear about those things, one, so we can support, and two, so we can be informed.
What's going on, family? I'm Charles Harper, Chief Executive Officer of World One Development, which includes Fitting Back In, EduRec Youth and Family Fun Center, and 36th Street Event Center. My job, because the world wants to know, is to provide leadership for all aspects of World One Development with the emphasis on long-term goals, growth, profits, and a return on that investment. And I am so excited and I am so elated to be one of the creators of this phenomenal show.
And I'm Damali Wilson, Chief Operating Officer for World One Development. And my job is designing and implementing business operations and establishing policies that promote company culture and vision. I'm also in charge of social media for all of the World One Development entities. If you would like to advertise your business or organization on this show or any of our other individual platforms, please inbox me your contact information on Facebook Messenger so we can talk. I am also happy and elated to be one of the creators of this phenomenal show.
Damali, is hump day. What's up?
It is hump day, and it's my kind of weather. It's here. Finally. Yay.
What is it? So your time of the year is fall?
Spring and fall.
Spring and fall.
Yeah.
So we officially in fall.
So summer and winter, out.
I'm good with, you know what, I'm actually good with all of the different seasons. It's just the precipitation I struggle with. When the ice comes,
Yes.
and when it's rain and treacherous rain and all of that. But
Well,
if
that's
it's,
my problem.
yeah, but if it's cold a little bit, I don't mind throwing on a little jacket. I was born during Christmas, so I'm used to it.
Well, you know what? Like I tell people all the time, the only thing that I like about winter is boots and leather.
Man, you know what? The one thing I love, I think a lot of people's favorite time of year is the fall because you can kind of wear what you want.
Yeah.
Some people got on shorts, some people got on their little jackets, some got on their vests. You know, you can, and you know what I do love about fall?
What's that?
Is the colors.
Yeah.
What is better than fall
Yes.
colors?
Yeah.
You got to give it that. What about you, DJ JB Smooth?
Hey, man, I'm present. I'm here. How you all doing?
Hanging in.
Besides that, arthritis like to kick in when that weather change. I ain't
Not
tripping.
Arthur.
Man,
Arthur come
Arthur.
to visit you.
Y'all know.
I got a knee that has given me trouble for some years, and every time it gets cooler, especially from a nice hot summer,
Yeah.
when the weather changes, yeah, definitely we
Got
might
a
have a
few
little
struggles,
little
huh?
swelling.
Just a little bit.
That's the old man in me.
Right.
Oh, man.
The
There's
old
an old
man arrived.
Bobby said an old man is coming. Hey, what's going on with y'all out there, man? It's a nice day in Tulsa, Oklahoma, home of Black Wall Street. People are out and about, and we have an amazing show, Damali, today.
Yes,
you
absolutely.
Can't, This is the show that
Yes.
you can't miss.
You cannot miss, and you need to share it because, we talk about history.
Yes.
And we talk about, knowing your history. And so this is kind of an exercise for you to be able to do some of your history, right? And so we're excited about that. But before we get started, we want to give many thanks to Councilwoman Letitia Brunson of
Yes.
Pine Bluff, Arkansas. She came down to town just to hang out in Black Wall Street to spend some dollars in our community. And, we were able to just hang out with her for a little bit and do some business talk while we ate up all kind of stuff at Fixin's. So we had a blast. So, just want to give her a huge shout out because of all the places she could have gone, she chose to be right here in our community and support Black business right here with us. So.
I know, and we looking to do some big business down there in Pine Bluff. Some of those things are forthcoming. We did pull up on AJ.
Oh, yeah, we pulled up on AJ.
Boy, AJ be working. He had on the blue gloves.
Okay.
I'm telling you something. When people got on blue gloves, I don't know what's going on.
Listen, I was trying to get out there before he gave me a pair of them blue gloves because,
Look.
this is our community grocery store. So that's the one thing about the community grocery store. It belongs to all of us.
And shout out to AJ, man. He and
Yeah.
his staff, man, they be working so hard. But when you come in, I don't care how hard they're working, welcome to Oasis.
Right.
How can I serve you?
And sometimes it's all hands on deck.
Uh-huh.
But we don't mind. It's fun. I enjoy helping out, because it's something we could be proud of. So, but huge shout out to Councilwoman Brunson for just, thinking about us and coming through and stopping through and, and even calling us to let us know she was here because she could have rolled up and slid back out and we didn't even know it.
But
so.
she pulled up on the people. And shout
She
out,
pulled up.
look, I still love me some fixins.
Man.
I still love me some fixins,
Man.
y'all. And I know sometimes people like, I don't like it as much. Some people love
Y'all
it. But
stop hating.
shout out to Kevin Johnson, man. But when
Yeah.
I go over, I know what I like.
Exactly.
What's your go-to when you go to fixins?
Oh, I got a couple. So my primary is the fish bites.
The fish bites is your go-to.
That's my
They are
go-to.
good.
But sometimes I'll do neck bones.
You ain't ate no neck bones at Fixins.
I mean oxtails. I'm sorry.
Oh, neck
Oxtails.
bones. That's what I eat neck bones.
No, that's
with
not
hot
fine.
sauce and pepper on it.
Oh Lord, here we go.
I don't think they got neck bones.
They ain't got no neck bones.
Oxtails. I don't know why I'm
Oxtails.
thinking
She
about
got a whole
neck
nother
bones.
restaurant, JB Smooth.
Yeah.
No, I wasn't even. Hey, y'all.
She got delusional.
all good.
Yeah, I got.
We knew
one
what you
section.
meant.
Yeah, y'all
I
know
knew
what
what
I
she meant when
meant.
she said it.
Golly.
But the people over there,
And
because
you don't have to try to call me out in front of
I
everybody.
had to, because
in front of
thousands of people are listening all around the world. They like, man, let's go to Fixins and get some neck bones. They now
Y'all,
have
you
a
see what I'm
special edition
saying?
of neck bones.
The next time he make a mistake,
And
I'm gonna
there's no
make
neck
sure I
bones.
call him out.
I didn't say it was a mistake. I just said there was no neck bones at Fixins.
Yeah,
But
you gonna have everybody going over there looking for neck bones.
Well, maybe they'll put it on the
I
menu.
know what happened, JB. When she
Maybe
heard me
it's
say
about
corn, no, when I said cornbread. Because
Oh,
normally
maybe-
when you say cornbread and then you got beans and rice, then the next thing up in our world, in Arkansas, we from the South, them neck bones is good.
I don't find anything wrong with Fixins. All the food is great there that I've had there. I'm a fan of the catfish.
Yeah.
You always get a
Yeah.
you always get a nice size fillet.
Yep.
Sometimes I wish it was two, but
Man.
the cornbread is my favorite too. That big cornbread.
Man, the
See,
cornbread.
Put that little butter on it.
Yes.
Let it melt.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's a little
And the
slice
Kool-Aid.
of heaven.
The Kool-Aid is always a hit.
Have you
It's
ever has it ever
JB be
been?
knocking that Kool-Aid. It's
Yeah.
we've been celebrating his birthday since Fixin's open at Fixin. That's what JB.
We
That's his
sure
go-to.
have.
Every year.
Yeah.
And Kevin Johnson always is there.
You know
Somehow.
That's the anniversary day.
That's the
Yeah.
anniversary day.
And it's my birthday. So
Yeah.
y'all didn't know that was May 31st. And we'll be there again this May 31st.
In 2025.
But I'm gonna tell
y'all
you
pull up.
I'll tell you my go-to. My go-to. I said the cornbread first, but I love the shrimp and grits. And I'm gonna tell you something I need to get to is the chicken and waffle, because I love their chicken strips too, and I love all the
Yeah,
sides.
I had the chicken and waffles. It's good.
And I don't know if you love desserts, but that banana pudding,
Yeah.
man, I'm tell you who put me on it. My boy from Jonathan,
Yeah.
from Omaha.
Yeah.
He ate it first.
Yeah.
He said, "Run me that banana pudding."
That's
I'm like,
funny.
"See, that's how y'all do it in Omaha." He said,
Yeah.
"Run," and he ate it first. But I ate it and it's good.
Listen, I got to give him credit. That worked. I did it
That's
one
a good
time, and I'm
idea
like,
now.
you know what? That is a good idea. I need to start.
You know,
doing that.
being a food critic is a real deal nowadays. So every now and then, someone will come through town and have their reviews of local restaurants.
Exactly.
I had came across a review the other day on Facebook, and it was a recent review, but they kind of took a while to post it, and they posted about Wanda J's
Right.
on Greenwood, and everybody kind of went in on them on the post like Wanda J's ain't even on Greenwood no
Oh,
more.
wow.
So like, why are you even?
Why would
you
we talk
know,
about
Go there.
Yeah.
Why you going there right
Well,
now?
I think they had got a meal. They had got chicken fried steak, and I said, "Who goes to Wanda J's and orders chicken fried steak?" I didn't know that they even had that.
They
I've
got
done
it.
chicken
And
fried
it's good.
chicken, but not chicken fried steak.
chicken. I
No,
haven't seen
they
the
said chicken fried steak.
I didn't even know they
I
had
don't know
it.
about that.
Yeah.
But Wanda J's
Wanda
is,
J's, anything I have from there is good too.
Yeah.
but you got to go out by the airport.
Especially the pork chops.
And Todd is doing a good. Todd's doing a good job, and that's the
He
beauty
absolutely. Yeah, he is. He
of
absolutely is.
having your next generation.
And Wanda J's still there too.
Man,
Yeah.
I love her, man. That's our sister. And she just had a big party celebrating 50 years too.
Crazy. Who else
Not
done
that
that?
long ago.
Yeah,
So
nobody.
good stuff. Good stuff.
All right, and so another thing that we did this weekend is we participated in the soiree on Greenwood
Man.
on Sunday. There was great food. We got time to, had time to spend with the NYCU squad that were
Right.
able to attend. We took photos. Now, let me tell y'all something. The rain tried to deny us our good time.
I stayed locked in though. I
Yeah.
stayed locked in
Yeah.
because this is where because I went last year. I was thinking, man, it's a lot of work that goes into it. And
Yes.
see, here's the ticket about us as black folk.
Yes.
Once it rains, if we start
It's
changing
over
our
with.
mind about something, JB,
It's over.
it's over. Especially
It's
when it's
over.
raining, because we can get sleepy even when we not sleeping.
Y'all know why it rained, right?
Why is that?
Because y'all ain't called me.
JB, you was at church with us.
What had happened was he was supposed to pull up at
Yes,
the event center.
exactly.
And
So
he
let's
ghosted
talk
us.
about this.
I didn't even know what ghost. What?
So did y'all actually eat in the rain or did it stop raining?
It stopped raining.
Look,
Oh,
this
that's
is the
good,
truth.
then.
This is the honest truth. The minute we got there and stopped, the rain stopped.
That's
Yeah.
great.
Like literally, like as soon as it got there, it's just stopped raining. We got out. The clouds start opening up. People start pouring in.
Yeah.
And we had a phenomenal
Yeah, we had a blast.
event. It
It
was
was
awesome.
fun.
Shout
It
out
was
to
fun.
Jerica.
And shout out to my girl, Angie Walker, and Party of the Year, her husband, Carl Walker. They did the decor for the event. They decorated the table. When I say they killed it,
Right.
they killed it.
All I know is this. I went by the event center. I just saw dust.
Sawdust?
flying. Sawdust everywhere. And
Yeah.
then
That would be
out
Carl
of the
Walker.
sawdust was a dark-skinned big man with
Right.
wavy hair.
Right.
And,
And
it was
that
Carl
beard.
Walker. And
And
I'm
the
like,
beard.
and the beard stuff all in his beard. I'm like, man, what are you doing? He said, man, it's going down on Greenwood regardless.
Right.
We're decorating in the rain because we're going to believe the Lord.
Yeah.
We're going to believe that God is going to let this happen, man.
Yes.
And they made it happen. So shout out to them. Shout out to the host and the DJ
Yes.
and the
They
people
did
that
a great
prepared the
job.
food and everybody that was a part of it. Because let me tell you something, Damali. When I saw that long table,
Man.
I said, this table don't stop until we get downtown by City Hall.
Right.
JB, that was
Yeah.
a long table, man.
That was a long
And it was
table.
nice, too.
Yeah,
It
double
was
wide.
nice.
Double
So,
wide.
so don't ghost us next time at the event center.
Yeah,
And we
see,
can
you
all roll
missed
up
out.
together.
I
Had
said,
your ticket ready and everything.
I just seen a long gold table just going all the way down Greenwood. I was like, okay.
Yeah.
Serious.
Like, yep. There
Yeah.
you go. That's nice. That was nice. It
And
looked nice.
It
was
was.
serious.
Yeah.
Yes. And they had food to match the table. Trust, believe. So
Just
we had
like
really
that.
good
So
time.
we appreciate y'all. I see everybody on the live. All the secret listeners done pulled up outside. Yeah, we're going to get to the good stuff. But Damali, want to go ahead and get to the Black History Trivia question?
Yep, let's go ahead and knock it out.
Let's
Here we
do
go.
it.
All right, Black History Trivia. Who was the first African American born in the United States?
Oh, my God.
Was it A, William Tucker? Was it B, Juan Garrido? Was it C, Carter G. Woodson? Or was it D, Robert Johnson?
You saying this is the first African American born in the U.S.? So it was a male for sure, because all of these are.
It was a male.
So it definitely was a male.
I gave you that hint.
Somebody had a son, so we in there, but I don't know it, so I'm gonna ask JB first. JB, because I'm clueless. Dang, I should know this, but
It's a mix-up. It's a toss-up between Robert and William for me. Juan sounds like a Latino family. Carter
And he's not.
G. Woodson.
Juan is not a
Juan is
Latino.
African
He's
American.
African American.
I've
I'm just
never
telling you.
met a black
She's
man
trying to
named
just
Juan.
No,
look,
no, I'm
she's trying to
telling you
mess
the
with our
truth.
process of elimination. Don't get in here and
I'm
talk
just
about
telling
Juan. We just trying to do our process of
What
Go
elimination.
ahead.
What they
Go
saying?
ahead.
What they saying on the live?
Man, on the
I
live,
gotta-
y'all come on. They Googling.
They
Yeah.
Like everybody else. Everybody Googling. Don't y'all come on. We got to get this
I see
right.
2 D's and one for C. Somebody said Carter G. Woodson.
Who you got?
I don't know who said that, but somebody said Carter G. Woodson.
So what?
Who
So
you
what
got?
are you going with?
That's what the most important question is. Who you got?
Any, many, mighty, mo, catch
Oh,
a tiger
God.
by his so if you holler that motherfucker,
Lord
too,
help
pick the
me.
very worst one, and you are not it. I'm gonna go with C. Carter G. Woodson.
Oh Lord, thank God.
I had to do my
Finally.
any, mighty, mo.
Fine.
That's throwback.
What y'all got on the live, man, so we can put y'all in here. You know what? I don't think it's one. Who did you go with, JP?
I
He
went
said
with
C,
Carter
man.
G. Woodson. That
Come
sounds
on,
like
man.
an old school name. Carter.
Carter G. Woodson.
Carter G. Woodson.
I'm going with A.
Uh,
William, but you know a lot of people named William back in the day. William
they call him Tucker.
Tucker is who I'm going with. Who y'all got?
Okay.
Who y'all got? Who
We
y'all
gonna
got?
see.
Who
We
y'all
gonna
got?
see at the end.
All right.
See
Well,
what the Lord gonna do.
we're going to take us a real quick break, and
That
we
was a lot
come
of reels.
back.
That was a lot of
real,
reels.
real quick break. I had to get the producer time. We're going to give you time to come in and let us know what you think. Read the question one more time, and we just going to go right into the break after you read the question.
Okay, who was the first African American born in the United States? Was it A, William Tucker, B, Juan Garrido, C, Carter G. Woodson, or D, Robert Johnson?
Just like that, KBOB 89.9 FM. World One Development News. You can use Charles and Molly, and we will be right back.
The Jew Radio Show and KBOB 89.9 would like to say thank you to all of our listeners and sponsors who donate to help keep our media program alive, reaching the community. The Juice Radio Network continues to expand as influencers in the community of North Tulsa and beyond, but can't do that without your help. That's why it's important that we as a community continue to support the Juice Radio Show and keep 89.9 on the air. The community not only deserves this service, but needs this service. Let's continue to support the mission and giving a voice to the voiceless and donate to the Juice Radio Show. The Juice Radio Show is a nonprofit 501c3 powered by KBOB 89.9 and Eden Media Services, operating solely off the gifts, donations, and contributions made by listeners like yourself. All donations made to the Juice Radio Show are tax deductible and can be sent to 1216 North Lansing Avenue, Suite D, Tulsa, Oklahoma 74106.
It's Tulsa, Tulsa. I see you here in Tulsa. I'm in Tulsa chillin'.
We appreciate your continued support and thanks for listening to KBOB 89.9 FM.
The 36th Street North Event Center is a full-scale event center where we share the experiences of the community. At the event center, you can rent space for weddings, birthday parties, receptions, concerts, Greek events, quinceañeras, and much more. We also do custom decor, linen, and centerpieces. We're located at 1125 East 36th Street North. To book your next special event, business gathering, or community event, call us at 918-200-9046.
This is news you can use right here on KBOB 89.9 FM. World One Development News you can use. Charles and Damali, and we are back.
We are back. So we are going to start this 4-part series. Charles and I, believe it or not, have some very intelligent conversations when we are not on the radio show. And we talk about a lot of different things, because we're very curious about history and the fact that people are in power who are trying to deny our history makes me even more curious,
Right.
and I think it's the same with Charles, that we both are, wanting to know, well, why are they fighting so hard to keep us from understanding and knowing? And so we have our own opinions about that. But in one of our conversations, we got to talking about, our DNA. And, we did our African ancestry. So for those of you who have not done that, we highly recommend that you do that. Charles has actually done it for both sides of his family. I've only done it for one side of my family.
Absolutely. And here's the ticket. I love doing series.
Right.
It's only every now and then
Right.
news you can use put together a series. So this is a 4-part series, first and foremost.
Right.
So get your little pen, get your pad. Appreciate everybody on the live. I'm gonna do some shout outs in a minute. Just hold on for a minute. But the 4-part series kicking off today.
Yep.
So it's gonna be the last Wednesday
Yep,
of every month. We're gonna update each section of this.
Right.
And the goal is to get people information that they need so that you can find at the end of the day, your superpower for 2024. And we hopeful that after this, life will be a little bit better for you, your family, and your future from listening to this 4-part series.
And so it's not just, this is an interactive series.
Right.
Okay. So basically we're going to give you some information. That's why we're saying get your pen and pad. I know you're working, most people at this time, but still you might be on a lunch break. Grab, take your lunch at this time so that you can go ahead, write down these points, and then you can go and do your own research. And then you can have an interactive conversation with us in October, November, and December, right? Because this is stuff that we want to carry into 2025 and start preparing us in 2025 to do bigger and better and greater things, right? So the first thing that we want to talk about is we want to talk about DNA.
Right.
What
Super
that is,
important.
okay? And so, of course, you know me. I'm going to go pull the definition.
What is the
The
definition
legal
for
definition, I'm putting my eyes on. so
JB
that-
producer? You in here with us with the DNA? We finna get into some DNA stuff, like going mad scientist.
So y'all talking about like historical data on where you come from, or you talking about like the DNA, the molecules, and the
We're talking
molecules, and the
So what we're talking about when we talk about DNA is we're talking about a self-replicating material that is present in nearly all living organisms as the main constituent of chromosomes. It's the carrier of genetic information. That's what we're talking about, is really the genetic information. All of that being said, genetic information is what we're talking
Just
about.
like that.
Because it's the fundamental and distinctive characteristics or qualities of someone or something. So that's what we're looking at. Is we're trying to figure out what are those things that are succinctly distinct to you or to an individual.
I like that. And here's the ticket. If y'all want to know, like Charles and Damala, how y'all even come up with that? But here's the ticket. In us just talking and brainstorming, here's the thought. Is so many gifts and talents that we have. Just think about yourself. Not us, but just think about yourself. It's so much that you can do. Most people like us, we got an event center, we do youth and family fun center, we have a grocery store, we radio personalities, we do prison reentry stuff. We do so many, and we consultants. So you legal, I'm business, you also business. But what I'm saying is, us as African Americans, we do so much stuff, right? And what we was talking about is, what if we were a little more connected to our DNA? Meaning, if we understood what was within our genetics that's easy for us to do. Because they say this to Molly, if you find something to do that you love, that you never work a day in your life. Right, JB Smooth?
yeah.
And so, for an example, DJ JB Smooth, he's a DJ. He know how to do electrical stuff. He can do light stuff. He
Right.
can drive a truck. He can set up stages. He got a million things. But what if this, Damali? What if the history of my family in my DNA, we really are like archaeologists or something?
Yeah.
But since I never knew that, I'm all over here in these other lanes doing a lot of other stuff, trying to find myself, trying to find my purpose and all of that. But the thing about it is, if I knew from my DNA, if I just could go back a little bit further, I would know my natural gifts and talents, because it's within my DNA. It's just to do this.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What about you? What is
that,
your thoughts?
So that is just the premise and the reason why we're doing this. And so let me put context to gifts.
Come on.
Okay. So gifts are the natural ability or talent that a person has.
Natural.
Natural. Okay. Talents are the natural aptitude or skill that a person has.
Let's do this. If y'all on the live, gifts and talents, how often do you think people get their Damali AB? How often do you think they get their gifts and talents like mixed up or confused? Because gifts and talents, that's closely related when you think about it. You know what I mean?
Right.
So what do you think when you say, okay, I'm Damali, and somebody says, girl, you got such, because some people say, man, Damali got such a gift. The next person is called the same thing that you have,
It's
and
a
she got
talent.
such a talent. How do you separate the two?
To me, I don't really see a difference in the two, meaning they both are who you are and the makeup of you as an individual.
Right.
But I think that the thing that comes easiest to you is more likely your gift, like that God gave you, your God-given gift, that you don't have to do anything to let it come out. And I'll give you an example. Someone who can pick up a guitar and just start playing.
Man.
It's like that, that's a gift. I mean, nobody can do that. Like, I can't do that. Even if you give me the notes and the scales and all that, and I'm listening to
Do
videos,
what you
I
want.
still can't do it,
It's tough.
Yeah. And so to me, that's a gift. Now, a talent is something that I can do. I saw somebody do it and I just started doing it, but it ain't really my thing to do, but I can do it.
Yeah, and I'll say this sometime, even from going from being an adult, just go back to kids.
Right.
Kids out on the playground, right? And
What
you
was
see
that?
kids just interacting together, but then to me, a gift is you have a lot of kids lined up and say, we gonna race.
Yeah.
And one just
Blow away everybody.
takes
Yeah.
off
Yeah,
and
yeah,
they
yeah.
gone.
Yeah.
To me, that's a gift.
Yep.
Meaning they don't know about running. They don't know about the Olympics yet. They don't know nothing about that.
Right.
They just naturally got a gift. So
Yep.
when I look at
Yep.
like a
Yep.
LeBron James,
Yep.
that's just God gave him a gift to do
Yep.
that.
Yep.
Now, you can work on that more and make your gift even better. I think a talent is I'm not a DJ, so that's not my talent. But if I work with JB Smooth for 5 years, I could create myself a talent.
Right.
That wasn't my
Right.
gift.
Right,
But
right,
for
right.
JB, I would say, I'm telling you, I think DJing and sound and music stuff is like a gift for him because when he started doing it, it's like everything, his continents and everything changed.
It becomes like
He
a
embodies
science,
it.
though. It
It's-
becomes a science. It's almost like it's a science. I mean, because when you listen to JB, I'm like, bro, you making my head hurt. I'm like, I don't even need to know that much.
And the
I was like,
consensus in the community,
Yeah.
everybody says the same thing, man. JB, when it comes to that stuff, is a genius. That's
No
what
way.
everybody says that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just in case you didn't
Everybody.
know that. So in my mind, JB in this little industry, that's like a gift
Right.
from the man upstairs. You know
All
what
right,
I mean?
so I'm gonna give you guys one more
Come
more definition. So when we talk about superpower, okay?
Uh-oh.
This is where I should come in there.
The
It should say
superpower.
JB on it.
Oh.
It just should say, no,
Right. Yeah.
I'm not being conceited, though. Go ahead, do your thing.
So when so superpower, what we're talking about, and I'll give you the definition, but then we'll apply it to what we're talking about in this setting, okay?
Come on.
So a superpower for a person is a power or ability that is superhuman. In pop culture, it is often associated with unusual abilities such as flight or superhuman strength or speed, and vulnerability. Or invulnerability. However, it can also be described as natural abilities that reach the peak of human potential, such as advanced intelligence or weapon proficiency. A superpower is more than just a natural born talent.
Right.
It is the perfect combination. Now, this is the part we're talking about. It's the perfect combination of talent, passion, and action.
Man, I like that. That's a great definition. So let's do this. Now that you know what the 4-part series is going to be all about, today we're going to dig a little bit more into the DNA, JB Smooth.
DNA.
But today we're going to dig more into DNA today. What do y'all think about? If anybody on here is big on DNA, big on your research, trying to figure out your background, your history, and all of that, then this show going to be just for you. But then that'll be
Right.
today.
Yeah.
Right.
The next, we'll dive more into gift. And then the next week, we'll dive more into talent, meaning really getting into it.
Yeah.
And hopefully by the time we get to December with the
Be
final
last
show,
Wednesday in December.
the last Wednesday, we're going to really get into making sure we have our superpower. So all you thousands listening
Yeah.
in, we appreciate that. Hopefully by December, you figure out your superpower, and going into 2025, we can maybe accelerate some of these things we got going on because we have a better understanding. And what I like about doing it at the end of every month is now when we talk about DNA, guess what you got? You got another 3 weeks to go
get
do
it
your
together.
homework,
Yes.
to maybe do some things that we have done, get on the live and tell people the things that you have done. So we're going to do this thing together, and the goal is to create a better today and a better future for us and our kids and our community. So, Damali,
Yes.
Can I try to get this word out?
come on.
Okay, it's deoxyribonucleic acid, DNA.
I like
I
that.
did good.
Yeah,
You see that?
I've
You see
never
that?
said that before, and that is a very hard word to get out
Yes.
all in one.
Yes. I totally agree.
Deoxyribonucleic
Yeah,
acid.
I'm not even gonna try it. When I saw it, I was like, no, I'm cool with DNA. I'm good.
I had
Yeah,
to
I'm
sit there and
good.
think about it for a second. I'm like, okay.
It's
yeah.
too many letters. How many letters is that?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18,
Too many.
19.
Yeah, too
plus-
many.
Plus 4 on acid.
Hey, but because we talking about DNA, that
Yeah.
comes out of JB.
Yeah.
So you see how that is?
Yeah.
We going a little bit further. Hey, welcome to the show, Mom. You got Mr. Energizer. Welcome to
Hey,
Joe
hey.
Maestro out of Mississippi and others. I see you on there, Mom. Miss Broom. Hey,
Right.
welcome to the show.
Yes.
What do y'all think about this topic, this 4-part series? Because we getting ready to get into DNA. So, Damali,
Yes.
let's get personal. Y'all share this right now, because I wish I had some glasses. I don't. Damali took my
Yeah.
glasses, but I got a
Yeah,
pen.
whatever.
Glasses just make you look a little bit smarter.
Look,
I don't care what
look
nobody
professional,
says.
you know.
Look
Yeah.
professional, right?
Yeah, we all
automatic.
off in this
So
thing.
DNA, Damali, we've talked about the definition of it, and this is definitely big for me
Right.
because if anybody know me, I'm big on trying to create generational wealth, and and I'm big on understanding my history. And right now, brother Charles Lamont, Charles Harper, whatever y'all follow me,
Right.
I'm trying to connect like my people coming out of Africa to where we landed.
Right.
And then once we landed, how we migrated.
Correct.
And then from there, I want to go back to where the people are from, figure out the culture, figure out the gifts, the talents, and the different things they do, so that I can figure out what would be the things that I maybe should be doing
Right.
versus not doing,
Right.
so that I can better maximize whatever my gifts, talents, which will go into my purpose.
Yes.
So that's where I am. What about you?
So I think that it much to the same. I'm very interested to know, like the migration of our family as well. I know that we live in Oklahoma, but we came from Louisiana.
Right.
How did we get there? And where were we before? So we're trying to kind of patch those things together. And that's on my grandfather's side. On my grandmother's side, we're out of Texas.
Right.
So I do know that. And, so just how did they end up, my grandparents end up settling here in Oklahoma, in Tulsa, on Black Wall Street, and end up, creating a family. We're trying to figure that out.
And let's do this, because you can't name all of the states, but just think when we think migration from whenever our forefathers, ours, got here. JB, how many different states? If you name like at least 4 of them, do you know that you have relatives that live in?
Oh, just right off, I probably had to say 6 or 7 states.
Easy. What about you, Damali?
It's probably the same.
And then with me, I'm like, my dad's side is mainly California.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because that's Harper. Hey, you from here? Well, my dad and his siblings and all them mainly are in California. So
Right.
West Coast. But then my mom's side is mainly from Arkansas. But I got a lot of people in Texas. I got people in Louisiana. I got people in Chicago. I got people definitely live in other states. But that just shows how once you land in one spot. Now, let me say for me, myself, I did a little research. Me and my cousin Brenda, I hope she on here. Shout out to her. If you ain't on, get on. Courtney,
Okay,
share
right.
this with her. I've gotten to where I done gotten to my great-grandparents' parents. Woo, I'm doing good, y'all.
Okay, you
know,
are. No,
and guess
that's
where
good.
we landed? A place that I'm not sure if I've never went, like, I got cousins in Mississippi. I might have some, but when I went back 5 generations, guess where we are?
Where?
We're Fitch, Finch, and we're in Mississippi.
Really?
And my grandpa people, and we switched to white folks. So somewhere, somebody's
somebody been
sleeping
in a
in my
cookie jar.
bed, messing with something. Anyway,
Well,
I ain't
back in
gonna
the
get
day,
into
you got to think a lot of people that didn't have the choice, that were owned by slaves, they were probably being slept with by a white man first, because white men, whether they want to admit it or not, had this infatuation with black women, especially the ones on the plantations.
Yeah.
Right, and the ticket is, and I'm just saying, like like Uncle Bob, JB, we be thinking, yes, it's a white man somewhere real close to
Yep,
y'all.
because y'all ain't quite
you
baked all the way.
Yeah. You know, when you're and when people are like light skinned, that's what most people think. I can see when JB was a kid, his mama or daddy might be. You know, it's like knowing you see real light skin, you automatically, even though
That's
that's
what people think about my grandkids.
Well, they call me a red boy. They
See
call
that?
me a red boy. You know what I'm
For
saying?
real,
Red.
bro.
They call this red, not necessarily light skinned or yellow.
Uh-huh.
I think more like y'all light skinned or yellow, but they would call me red back in the day because I had red hair
Right.
and I was just high yellow.
And what y'all think about this on the live? I know my older sister don't mind. Shout out to my older sister. She live in Texas. That's another person now in Texas.
Right.
But my sister she's a little lighter than I, but she's dark, JB, right? But her husband at the time is more dark skinned.
Yeah.
But my niece is Nene Berlina. That's a doctor now. Shout out to her. And Tarina and all of them, they light bright. They brighter than you, JB, bright,
Really?
bright. So I remember when my sister kids was young and she would take them places, they would think that she was with a white man because, and the reason why I say that, because now when I go back and look at my genetics and I see when we get to Mississippi, my great-great-grandfather is like white and stuff. Now our genetics, that's why you got to know your DNA, because in our family, people might pop out some green eyes, brown, light,
don't even
dark,
know.
curl.
Yep.
You don't know because the DNA and the genetics are all just shuffled. Is it like that in your family as well?
Yeah, it's like that too. Like with my own kids. So my older two kids, you know, my oldest daughter, she's darker complected. And then when I had my second child, same mama and daddy.
Right.
Then she's super bright skinned, light skinned. Everybody like,
What is going on?
did the mailman come through? Like, what's going on? I'm like,
It's
no.
a conspiracy out
But
there
then, as it turns out, she's her aunt. So my ex-husband's sister is really light skinned like that. You know what I'm saying? So it's just kind of weird how it just kind
I
of
know, like
panned out.
JB, when I met his mom versus his dad, like when I
Right.
saw his mom seemed like she's about your color. But then when I met his dad, I'm like, oh, this JB's twin. I mean,
Right,
I'm sucking
right,
that's the light.
right.
But I'm like you, Damali, it's the same. And here's the ticket, and I don't know why people say that is if your hair a little wavy or something. Oh, that's that Indian blood.
Right.
We don't even know.
Now,
Even though it's probably true.
my grandma would say, "Oh, we have Creek Indian in us," and I have never still yet to find out yet. But that's what the story was coming from my grandma to my parents, and even from her mother, which was my great grandma. I was born in a small town called Fort Smith, Arkansas. We're talking about a place where interracial dating is always been accepted, and for 23 years, they hung people right downtown in the gallows, and that place still exists. You can go pull up on it today.
It's kind of scary to think about
So
that, though. You're like,
to
man.
come from a place like that, it's not to say that our immediate, when you go back several generations back, I know there's some generations I'm missing, but before my great-grandmother and before her, yeah, there's a possibility the white man could have, or someone from European descent.
Right.
You know, a lot of us have some European descent somewhere in our DNA.
Yeah, let's do this, because now we're going to see, now we probably having a conversation that a lot of y'all have, a lot of us have all across this country. But what we want to do next, we're going to take a real quick break. We want to come back to get into something specific you can do. If you're on the live, if you do any of your DNA testing, if you do anything where you can go back and trace your, what do you do, so that we can share, because this is a conversation we're doing together. But when we come back, Damali and I are going to get into specifically what we have done, so that now we can understand what tribe, what part of Africa we come from. Is that all right, Damali?
Yes, let's make it
We're going
happen.
to take a quick break. Y'all hear that beat? DJ JB Smooth is on his job. This KBOB 89.9 FM World One Development. News you can use. When we come back, African Ancestry. Let's get to it, y'all. Fit Back In is a reintegration program designed to help those released from prison to fit back into the community as productive, valuable members of society. They help schedule various classes such as anger management, substance abuse, and mental health. They also work with different programs in the community to provide job training. If you or someone you know needs help with resources in career development, employment, or housing, to find out more information, call 918-592-3500 or stop by 2121 North Harvard Avenue, Monday through Thursday from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m.
EduRec is a youth and family fun center located at 5424 North Madison Avenue in Tulsa, Oklahoma. At EduRec, we offer a host of activities for children and families of the Tulsa community at little to no cost. To find out about the many programs, activities, and services offered at EduRec, please visit our website, www.edurectulsa.com, or just give us a call at 918-430-3947.
KBOB 89.9 FM, World One Development News Review, Charles and Damali, and we are back.
And we are back. So for those of you who are just now joining us or tuning in, welcome. And we want to welcome you to this 4-part series where we're going to be talking about DNA, superpowers, gifts, and talents, and what those mean. So, and we're encouraging you to be a part of the conversation.
Absolutely.
So we're going to do this the last Wednesday of the month. Today's number 1. And we're going to do it through December. And so we're going to be talking about, what it is that we are missing out on and try to help everybody make the connection to where they come from. So the very first thing that we did is we went to AfricanAncestry.com.
So write that down. Mm-hmm. So now we get into specifically what we did to find out our roots and where we're from. Yeah. So AfricanAncestry.com. They got a lot of different ones out there that you can do. But we found this one to be very creative and a lot of research, and thousands of DNA samples and all of that. So we looked at 2 or 3 different ones, but we found this one to be the most significant, that we felt like we could get results that we needed. And
this particular one, they separated out in Patriclan and Matriclan.
Right.
Matriclan. And so basically that is, the Patriclan is your father, the paternal side, and the Matriclan is your mother's side, right? Now, in order to do a matriclan, right, you have to be, it comes from the mother's side.
Right.
So it passes from mother to mother to mother. So my mother would get it from her mom.
Right.
Her mom would get it from my great grandmother, and that's how it would kind of go down. But then the men can actually do it for the women, because they have both chromosomes, the Y and X, and so they can do either one. So a guy can do both, but a girl like myself, I can't do my father's side of my lineage, right? Because I have to have a male child do that, because the male child is going to carry the gene. I don't carry the male gene in my body, right? So I only have just my mother's side of the family. And from what I figured out from doing the African ancestry is that I am Cameroonian.
I
come from Cameroon. And I actually come from I believe it's Takar tribe is how you pronounce it. And I got to get my pronouncing right, because some of the way they enunciate is not the way we read the letters. We read the letters very European, American style. But and so I started doing just kind of a little bit of research, and started trying to dig into what my people did, because sometimes we have things that we do and it's like, I don't even know how to do that. Where did it even come from? Like, nobody in my family, like, I'm crafty. I'm real crafty. I like to do projects where I'm hot gluing stuff and making stuff, and I got stuff in my head that I can just see. And I'm like, and my kids are like, how do you do that? And I'm like, I really don't know, Yeah,
so let's do this just to break it up. So you did your African ancestry.
Yes.
What was the process like, though? What did you have to do to...
So I just went to AfricanAncestry.com. You fill out this little form and you pay your money, and at different points in times it's different prices, because they run specials and whatnot. And the one thing that I do like about AfricanAncestry.com is that they put you in contact with other people who are from your same tribe. So I have seen on there where they have done like tours, where you can actually do a tour with, folks that from around the world who have actually done their African ancestry and come to find out they're from your same area. And so they do tours and all of that, and so that is something that you can do if you're really interested in wanting to find out more about the region that you come from.
Well, but let me add the short version to what I did on mine. So what I did with mine, it was like $350 for each test. And so I sent all my information in, and they send you these packages, and they got these long swabs in it. So you ain't got to go give no blood. You ain't got to open up your brain and your head and you ain't got to do no weird stuff. So all I had to do was like swab within my mouth, and they give you these packages. So you swab and you stick it in and you seal it and you put all the information on it, and then you send it out. Now, my Dad's side, for whatever reason, came back pretty quick.
Yeah.
So it's like 2 to 3 weeks. I got it back from my dad's side.
Right.
So I understand that I'm from Ghana.
On your dad's side.
On my dad's side, from Ghana, the Alcon tribe.
Mm-hmm.
That's my people. That's where I'm from. And then I'll say, man, it took my mom's side like 2 months. I'm like, Mama, what's going on with your side?
Right.
But
right.
anyway, it ended up coming back from the same part of Africa, Ghana as well, and the same tribe, the
That's
Alcon
crazy.
tribe. Even though the numbers and stuff was a little different,
Right.
but I thought it was something for both of mine to be from the same region because when you do this, you can end up in other continents. You can end up all over the
Right,
place.
right.
Because I talk to people, and it's the Alcon tribe, plus over here, Cameroon with a little knot. I mean, it can get pretty scattered, but it seemed like my people was liking each other for the whole time. So that was it was pretty much a 1, 2, 3. And then they send you a certificate. If you're looking on the live, boom, this is mine. And here's another thing, because my siblings, we have the same mom and dad. What I did for Christmas is I just went ahead and instead of them having to pay to do it, since we got the same mom and dad, when I'm my older sister, then I just went ahead and got a certificate for everybody.
Yeah.
Wow.
With all of the information, because it's the same
Yeah.
exact.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Nice.
So that's what I did, and I'm thinking, regardless of what you use, now guess what? I know where I'm from. So now, Damali, okay, now after you got yours, I'll pitch it back to you. Then what did you start finding about once you got into the Cameroonian tribe and what they do and what they like versus what you do?
So actually, once I started looking, because I was just curious about what they did and what information I could find, that would allow me to know more about my tribe. So not to belabor this, but basically the Cameroonian folks that I come from, they are actually artisans. So they like to create. They like to build things, that's they are off into business. So it started making sense. I'm like, that's where I got this from. It's in my DNA.
Wow.
I'm crafty because that's what, that's what my DNA has in its imprint. You know what I'm saying? And so I think that once I started looking, I'm like, oh wow, this is me. This is who I am as a person. And so I too shared that with my kids, and told my kids about it. And so we've been having these conversations, and then of course, talking to my mom about it. And so it's been really enlightening,
Right.
About what it is and where we come from and what we're doing. And I started looking into like, what else, because there's other things, that go along with it. And so because we started this project and talking about this, then I also looked up yours.
Right.
And found out that for the Akon people, that they were entrepreneurs,
Wow.
that they were into finance. And that I also found out, which I thought was interesting with Charles's tribe, was that they are based off of the matrilineal heritage.
Mainly on the women's side.
Right.
Then the male's more women dominated.
Yes.
On that side is how you get your lineages versus the male
Exactly.
side. And I think another thing that was great as I was looking into mine was it was more like royalty.
Yes.
Kings,
Yes.
leadership, that kind of thing, and business entrepreneurship. And when I Googled it, they was dancing. Now, if anybody know anything about me, I got 1 or 2 moves I can use when I want to.
Lord.
But I was just saying, I was looking and researching because, me, I'm visual. I
Yes.
like to read and
Yeah.
see, but I'm visual. But I would just sit there and Google, and I would look, and I was like, man, I never I went to school for criminal justice and corrections. People like, Charles, you could be a good real estate agent. Oh, you could be a doctor. You could be a lawyer. You could be all these different things. But I think sometimes your DNA, regardless of what road you take, you can end up going right back to what's in you.
Right.
So I am kind of happy that I didn't end up like way over being something totally different. If it seemed like my purpose and who I am and where I'm from in my DNA, we kind of end up finding each other because of your thing was legal for 25 years.
It was.
I was working with kids in a youth and family. I was working at juvenile justice, doing treatment stuff with kids. But it was, but I still end up navigating away from that to where I am now. So I know we're gonna have to kind of speed through some of this because we only got about another 10 minutes.
Yeah.
So what we want to ask you to do is for the next 3 weeks before we come do the next part of that series, go try to find out about your DNA.
Yeah.
Go try to find out your tribe. We done gave you what we did because this makes our lives and what we do every day a whole lot easier. And my goal, Damali, and I give yours, and then we'll switch gears. My goal now is just to gap fill. What I'm just trying to do is I know what tribe, I understand why I love business and entrepreneurship and leadership and all of that.
Right.
But now I need to get that. Well, where did my people? I think it's Mississippi where we landed. But now I'm in trying to find out when they got there, who they got sold to, and all that, and just really bridge it. And then my goal is to be able to take that and give that to my kids and my grandkids, and then take a trip to Ghana to where my tribe is, like I see a lot of celebrities and stuff do, because I done found out like Kevin Hart and Idris, what's that dude name?
Idris Elba.
All of them are from the same tribe I'm from. I'm like,
And that's what I was going to touch on. As some of the notable people from the Dakar, Cameroonian descent are Anthony Anderson, who is a comedian and a writer and a game show host. Don Cheadle, who is an actor. Quincy Jones, Spike Lee, Cheryl Lee Ralph, Condoleezza Rice, Sinbad, Wanda Sykes, Blair Underwood, and Vanessa A. Williams, who is an actress as well. So most of our folks, that's just to name a few. So basically, the whole point of this exercise is really just to figure out where we're from and what you're doing, and what is locked up inside of you that you don't know.
Just like that. And I think what we need to do, instead of taking a break, DJ JB Smooth, if we can, let's just roll right into, y'all make sure y'all find y'all DNA, into our Hump Day Hot Topic.
Let's get it.
And this has been a special edition, part 1, DNA. On news you can use.
Ladies and gentlemen,
All new KBOB 89.9 FM, Black on Black Community Radio.
And now it's time for the Hump Day Hot Topics with Charles and Damali.
hey, guess what day it is?
Hump day!
Hump day! It's hump day!
Hey, Mike. Mike.
That's what day it is!
It's the Hump Day Hot Topics on news you can use.
Mike. Yeah.
We are back.
Guess what day it is? DNA day, baby.
It's DNA, baby. We getting it right.
All right, guess what, you guys?
What?
T.I. and Tamika Tiny Harris win $71 million.
What?
In a lawsuit against a toy company.
What toys they was building?
So T.I. and his wife Tamika were awarded a whopping $71 million in a lawsuit against a toy company that was found to have violated, guess what?
What?
Their intellectual property.
Uh-oh. Guess what day it is? No, I'm just playing. But anyway,
Guess what day?
that's getting back in to understand. That's wisdom.
Yeah.
That's education. Because here's the ticket. People are always stealing your ideas. I'm not saying who, but it sounds like they did their stuff the right way.
What was the intellectual property?
Here we go. The couple were awarded $17.9 million in real damages and $53.6 million in punitive damages during a jury verdict on Monday, September 23rd in Santa Ana, California.
up.
Tiny's lawyers successfully argued that MGA Entertainment, the makers of the popular, and some of you mamas gonna know this, LOL dolls, you know, those surprise miniature dolls, infringed upon the likeness and trade dress of their girl group, OMG Girls, and misappropriated the Atlanta band's name for its OMG line of toys.
And you know them dolls was super
Slap! I didn't even know what they
popular
were
back in the day.
Super popular, yeah.
Didn't even know, but my grandkids, hey, we want that.
They
I'm
know
like, okay.
what those are.
Yeah, they
wow,
do.
Never knew that.
So the jury ruled on Monday that 7 of the LOL surprise OMG dolls infringed on the likeness and trade dress of the OMG girls.
Just like that.
So $71 million. So this goes
Kudos to them.
Congratulations,
Yeah.
T.I. and Tiny.
Yeah.
Need a loan, brother. Need a loan.
Oh,
That's education right there. Hey,
Yes.
we don't want to go into it real quick, but we got to jump into our Black History Trivia.
yes. Let's hit that one
Question.
more time,
Let's
real
do it.
quick. All right. Black History Trivia. Who was the first African American born in the U.S. of A?
Hey,
Was it A, William Tucker? Was it B, Juan Garrido? Was it C, Carter G. Woodson? Or was it D, Robert Johnson? Charles, you said A. JB, you said C. And we got some D's.
we got
and
everybody
some
on the
D's. Yeah.
live. A couple of A's, B's, okay. Drum roll, please.
And drum roll is, the answer is, I like this music. A, if you said William Tucker, you would be correct. William Tucker was the first black child recorded in the American colonies. He was baptized in Jamestown, Virginia on January 3rd, 1624.
That was going to be my first choice, but
Man.
Yeah.
some told me to say Carter G. Woodson because that name is really popular too.
I really went with it because William. It's a lot of Williams that we both know.
Back in the
Right.
day, oh yeah, early days, William
Right.
was the big name. William
Yes.
and then James.
And then we
And then James, you
I
are
know.
funny.
Two first things. Anyway, shout out to everybody on the live that got it right. We got some merch that will one day be headed your way. Man, let me tell you something. I'm into my DNA bag. That's why I got it right, because I sure didn't know the answer. But William is a very popular name. All right. Well, congratulations to everybody that got it right. Everybody that picked A, that was the answer. Now we're going to go into the upcoming events. Get your pen and your pad out right now.
Upcoming events. So don't forget the 36th Street North Event Center has dates available. If you're looking for a place to hold your wedding, birthday party, banquet, repast dinner, or community event, then give us a call at 918-200-9046 to reserve your spot. Tim Walz and J.D. Vance vice presidential debate is going to be taking place on October the 1st on CBS at 8 o'clock p.m. So make sure that you tune in, consult your local listings, because 8 o'clock p.m., I didn't mark if it was Central or Eastern time, but make sure that you guys, are paying attention to that, because we want to see what these vice president candidates have to say. World One for Christ is going to be hosting. It's 30, 40, 60, October 4th through 6th. So make sure that you are paying attention to that. And don't forget that the deadline to register to vote is going to be October 11th. So you can go to the Tulsa County Election Board at 555 North Denver Avenue. And Daylight Savings Time, November 3rd. And the presidential election and local runoffs is going to be happening on November the 5th. Let's hit the birthdays really quick. We forgot some birthdays last week. September 23rd was Terrell Ellison's birthday.
Happy birthday,
Happy
Fred.
birthday, Trill.
September 24th, this young lady went with us to Uganda. Ayan Watson, it's her birthday. September 25th, Rodney Tisdale and LaShawn Ellison. September 30th, my baby girl, Sabree Carter. And October 1st, Trey Eaton.
Uh-oh.
Yes, right
Busy
from the
month for
Juice,
birthdays.
Juice Radio Show.
Busy week for birthdays.
Absolutely. So don't forget, if you want to hit us up, you can hit us up on any of our individual platforms. World One Development, 36th Street North Event Center, EduRec Youth and Family Fun Center, or Fitting Back In, Prison Reentry.
Great job today, DNA. Make sure you do your research. Go to AfricanAncestry.com or whatever you choose. But we got to go, y'all. We love y'all, but we're at the top of the hour. So if you want to help us stay on the radio, please consider donating to Eden Media Services to help our community radio continue to stay on the air. You can send your donation made payable to Eden Media Services. That address is 1216 North Lampton Avenue. Sweet D, we moved on up, y'all.
Indeed.
This has been news you can use with your host, Charles Harper, that's me.
And Damali Wilson, that's me.
Hey, and it's me, JB, the DNA guy. If you'd like to promote or advertise your business or events on this show, inbox us on Facebook at World One Development. Fitting Back In, EduRec Tulsa, 36th Street North Event Center, or nycu.fm. This has been World One Development's news you can use with your host, Charles Harper and Damali Wilson. The views, thoughts, and opinions expressed on this program belong solely to the hosts and their guests, and not necessarily to the station, organization, or committee or other groups, individuals associated with KBOB 89.9 Black on Black Community Radio and Eden Media Services. And, of course, World One Development and news you can use. That's it, guys. You guys got anything else?
Hey, love y'all. Share this video. We're going to see you next time.
Make sure you get your work done. Homework.
Hey, here's a little one. Between 1940 and 2004 in the United States, Jones' life expectancy was at its lowest point in 1942.
Peace.
Y'all have a great day.